Jai Chandra Jai Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Jai Shri Caitanya Jai Nityananda.
Jai Jai Shri Caitanya Jai Nityananda.
Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. So before we begin, we'll read out the bank thanks and scores from yesterday. The curtains closed or not, their lordships are all pervasive, omnipotent. They don't depend upon anything of this relative world. So by their pleasure and the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada and all the devotees, yesterday 32 devotees reported scores. Actually 35, but the other 3 will come on today. Maybe 36, maybe one more. They'll be on today's scores. They were late entries. So again, top of the chart here, when you turn it upside down, top of the chart with one magazine, Yashomati Nandana.
Haribo.
And not far ahead, with one small book and one magazine, Basumati Manjari Devi. Haribo. And also in Paris, Bhakti Anna with one medium book and 2 small books. And in mayapur, Bhakti Deb, one big book. Back to Deb. Deb's a man, is he?
Yeah.
Okay. He's become a man. Actually, we're all female by constitution. These are just temporary identities. And with one big book, definitely this is a man, Rasa Parayana Prabhu. And with one book, Priyarani Devi. Bhagavad Gita. Let's try to get to the mood of Bhagavad Gita. With one Bhagavad Gita in mayapur, Subhadra Sundari Devi. And here in Paris, wow, one Arabic small book, Sudevi Mataji. Jai. And then with 2 big books and 1 small book, Nitai Gaur Sundar Prabhu. And with 2 big books and 2 medium books, Ananga Manjari Devi. And with 3 big books, Manjuala Devi. And with 3 big books and 1 small book. Now, this is not complete. It's put down here under the name of Eric from Lyon. But it says there, I think that's his son, isn't it? If you look at the scores on the WhatsApp, if so, we'll adjust it. It's got, what's his son's name?
Baptiste.
Yeah, then that's both of them. So we have to divide it in half between him and his son. 1.5 Bhagavad Gitas each. And with 4 Bhagavad Gitas, back to mice. By the way, Back to Mice wants to join us for the marathon. Yeah, he wants to come up and be a part of the team.
That's nice.
Yeah, not when Namacharya comes up. Let's see if it happens. And then with 4 big books and 2 small books, Chitra Leela Devi. And with 4 big books and 1 medium book, Ekanath Prabhu. Back on the battlefield again yesterday. Roaring. Sankirtan performance yesterday. With 4 big books, 2 small books, and 4 magazines. He beat me. I thought I was going to win something yesterday, but I was well and truly thrashed here with magazines. By Jiva Pran Prabhu. Jai. And then me. I misled everybody. I had a roaring score yesterday. I had to keep people away. I said, no, you go to someone else and buy the book. Have mercy on them. I should have all the glory here. But with enormous, within only 6 hours, 6 big books, 2 medium books, 1 small book, and the grand total of 3 magazines. It wasn't enough to beat. Oh no, even Jiva Pram was beaten. Dear me. Not exactly. No, you can't say that. That's not true. He was top magazine distributor yesterday. And then with 5, this is a report score for the month actually. 5 Bhagavad Gitas, 4 medium and 12 small books. Nandini Devi. Mayapur. I've been trying to get her to give us scores for the month now, and she eventually did yesterday. And then with 5 Mahabhi books, Bhagavad Gitas, 20 small books, Gopalananda Prabhu. And there's another, you can let him know. There should be, Master Prime, is there a shipment coming in tomorrow? When's Vaibhav coming?
Monday is Monday.
Yeah, tomorrow. So we're expecting more Tamil books to arrive tomorrow. We're fueling up Gopalananda. More books should be ready.
Gita and Krishna book.
Excuse me?
Gita and Krishna book coming.
No Queen Kunti? Oh, okay. We need Queen Kunti.
Actually, we need to book
Yeah,
it, they will get it, and
Book it.
and at least like a box or something.
Oh yeah, well, okay, but then maybe we can bring a box for him. If it's not more than 20. Who's coming next? What's her
Nirmala
name?
Malini.
Huh?
Nirmala Malini.
Nirmala, maybe she can bring a box for them. Alright, so where are we now? Who was that last one? Gopalananda, what a word, what a Trojan. And then in New Mayapur, wow, back in action, second time this week in action. I thought she retired, but with 8 Bhagavad Gitas and 2 medium books, Gokularani Devi, back on book fire, firing again. So watch out, there's still 16 days left, you never know. And with 2 Bhagavad Gitas, 1 medium book and 5 Arabic books, Yadarani Devi, Arabics. And then with 10 Bhagavad Gitas and 3 small books in reunion, Dayalu Radha Devi. She's cottoned on now. She's a very good book distributor. She's a little old and she's a very busy lady, but she's very good at book distribution. And then the top 15, all the big timers now coming in, with 8 Bhagavad Gitas and 5 small books and 3 Arabic books, Bhakti Vijay. Oh. And then taking the books away to her hometown, so the score goes when she takes the books from here, but she hasn't actually sold them yet, but she will do. She's sold 2 shipments already. This is the 3rd one. With 10 Bhagavad Gitas, 10 medium books, 8 small books, and 5 magazines, Amala Bhakti Devi. And then with 14 Bhagavad Gitas and 6 medium books, Chandramukhi Devi. And with 19, her biggest Bhagavad Gitas, I don't know if she's here, I don't think she's here.
Yes, she is.
Oh, she's round the corner, listening very humbly round the corner. 19 Bhagavad Gitas and 2 medium books, Ram-Lila Devi. How many points did she get for making these wonderful lunches every day? How many points are you going to give her for that? Huh?
You're generous.
Huh?
She said 1,000
She's the
points.
winner,
1,000 points every day for the lunch. Okay, that's a good one, huh?
So she's first.
Yeah, she's the one, she's top. Definitely. Yesterday also, of course, Rasa Leela and Priya Rani and Jadharani, anyone else who was involved, prepared some wonderful lunches yesterday too. I did actually have a little bit of it, but it looked wonderful. And then we go up to the big 6. The big 6. In 6th place yesterday with 15 Bhagavad Gitas, 4 medium, 5 small, and 3 Arabic. Dayatari Prabhu. It was a little tough day yesterday, huh? We worked very hard, but it wasn't easy to get the books out. People were in such a rush, it was unreal. It was unreal. After about 1 o'clock, they started running, literally running. At least where we were. They were gone before you could even speak. And then the market was also another wild affair later on in the afternoon. Anyway, somehow less unfortunate people received the books. And then number 5 yesterday, it's only half a day for this devotee, with 27 Bhagavad Gitas, 1 medium book, 3 small, and 3 magazines. Aristanasana Prabhu. And he's a rock. But it wasn't a full day. Saturday only does half day. And then with 20 Bhagavad Gitas, 1 medium, 1 small, and 6 Arabic books. Revatinandam Prabhu. Oh, the top 3 here. Now, I don't know if it's a complete score yet, but with 34 Bhagavad Gitas, 15 Arabic books, back to Himanshu. It's becoming almost like a standard. These top 3 or 4 are like standards now almost. And then in second place, with 53 Bhagavad Gitas, incredible, 53 top book distributed Bhagavad Gitas yesterday. 53 Gitas, 5 medium, 5 small, 9 Arabic books. Harini Devi, being edged out again, and on points, and almost on Gitas, with 52 Bhagavad Gitas. Wow. 1 small book, 3 medium, 3 Arabic, actually, no, Gitas, 155 altogether, with 3 Arabic Gitas, and 15 small Arabic books. Bhakti Yoga. Oh, with a grand total of 167 book points yesterday. Well done. She's not here. Hare Krishna, I was all wondering where you were. For so long we've not seen you. Last week I was thinking, well, I don't see them anymore. And then this week you come. The curtains will open in a moment, is that correct?
Yeah.
Just in one more, just finishing the offering. So if all goes well, they will open in a moment. So that means yesterday a total of 318 Bhagavad Gitas. We didn't make our 500, but we did make our 300. We initially said over 3, and then we got too optimistic yesterday. The circumstances beyond our control. But at least we did over 300 distributed Gitas yesterday. 42 medium books, 73 small books, 17 magazines, 3 Arabic Gitas, 57 small Arabic books. So a total of 510 books. And book was 865.95. They're taking their time looking at it. They blew the... Oh, here they go. Jai. I need some tissues, don't I? No tissues. They're giving me back the tissues I gave you this morning. Jai, Radha Parisisvara Mandir. Desai Sati Sripati Jai. Hare Krishna. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, yeah, Hare Krishna. And today's another day. Let's see what we can do. Every magazine counts, as they say. So Matinandan, every magazine counts.
And every flyer.
Well, the flyers count, but we don't count them. They don't get... How many points for a flyer? 0.001. Do 10,000 flyers, you get 1 point. Krishna. Okay, we'll move on to today's program. Oh, wait a minute, the score comes roaring in here. Oh, wow, that makes all the difference. Didn't get reported yesterday. 1 medium book. Oof. Hare Krishna. We'll leave that for today. So we're reading from Caitanya Caritamrita, and this is a wonderful Adi-Lila chapter 10, text 49. Please repeat. Shrimaradi Gupta Shakha Premera Mandir Bandhara Prabhur Vidaya Draveshuni Dainya Tanra
Yamra,
Shri Murari Gupta Straka Premera Bandara,
Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Primera Bandara,
Prabhura Vidya Dvaveshuni Dainya Jana,
Prabhura Vidya Shuni
Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Premera Bandara,
Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Primera Bandara,
Prabhura Vidya Dvaveshuni Dainya Jana,
Prabhura Vidya Shuni
Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Primera Bandara,
Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Primera Bandara,
Prabhura Hridaya Dvaveshuni Danya Chandra,
Prabhura Hridaya Dvaveshuni Danya Chandra,
Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Primera Bandara,
Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Primera Bandara,
Prabhura Hridaya Dvaveshuni Danya Chandra,
Prabhura Hridaya Dvaveshuni Danya Chandra,
Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Primera Bandara,
Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Primera Bandara,
Prabhura Hridaya Dvaveshuni Danya Chandra,
Prabhura Hridaya Dvaveshuni Danya Chandra, Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Primera Bandara, Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Primera Bandara, Prabhura Hridaya Dvaveshuni Danya Chandra, Prabhura Hridaya Dvaveshuni Danya Chandra, Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Primera Bandara, Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Primera Bandara, Prabhura Hridaya Dvaveshuni Danya Chandra, Prabhura Hridaya Dvaveshuni Danya Chandra, Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Primera Bandara, Prabhura Hridaya Dvaveshuni Danya Chandra, Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Primera Bandara, Prabhura Hridaya Dvaveshuni Danya Chandra, Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Primera Bandara, Prabhura Hridaya Dvaveshuni Danya Chandra, Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Primera Bandara, Prabhura Hridaya Dvaveshuni Danya.
Anyone else?
Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Primera Bandara, Shri Murari Gupta Shaka Primera Bandara, Prabhura Hridaya Dvaveshuni Danya, Prabhura Hridaya Dvaveshuni Danya.
Go Premanande! I'm sure you all memorized it by now. With your young, sharp brains. Beautiful verse, word for word. Shri Murari Gupta,
Shri Murari Gupta,
of the name Shri Murari Gupta.
of the name Shri Murari Gupta,
Shakha,
Shaka,
branch.
branch.
Primera,
Primera,
of love of Godhead.
of love of Godhead,
Bandhara,
Bandhara,
store.
store,
Prabhu,
Prabhu,
of the Lord.
of the Lord,
Hridaya, the
Hridaya,
heart.
heart,
Drave,
Drave,
melts.
melts.
Shuni,
Shuni,
hearing.
hearing.
Dainya,
Dainya,
humility.
Humility,
Chandra,
Janananda,
of whom?
of whom?
Murari Gupta, the 21st branch of the tree of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was a storehouse of love of Godhead. His great humility and meekness melted the heart of Lord Chaitanya. And a lovely purport by Srila Prabhupada, please kindly pay attention if you can. Sri Maharaja Gupta wrote a book called Sri Caitanya Caritamrita. He belonged to a Vaidya physician family of Sri Hatha, the paternal home of Lord Chaitanya, and later became a resident of Navadvip. He was among the elders of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Chaitanya exhibited his Varaha form in the house of Murari Gupta as described in the Chaitanya Bhagavad, Madhya-lila, 3rd chapter. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited his Mahaprakash form, he appeared before Murari Gupta as, and we've got it on the screen so you don't need to guess, as who?
Lord Ramachandra.
Lord Ramachandra, because Murari Gupta, of course, is we'll hear about that in a minute. So when Lord Chaitanya was reciprocating, as they surrender unto me, I reveal myself, or reward them accordingly. In this case, reveal. The Lord was revealing the particular form, which was in the case of these particular devotees, they're all eternal associates, pure devotees of the Lord. They have their permanent, their permanent affectionate relationship with the Lord. So the Lord was reciprocating with each and every one of them according to their bhav, according to their nature, according to their devotion. So in the case of Murari Gupta, he revealed himself as Lord Ramchandra. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu were sitting together in the house of Srivas Thakur, Murari Gupta first offered his respects to Lord Chaitanya and then to Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu, however, was older than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and therefore Lord Chaitanya remarked that Murari Gupta had violated social etiquette, for he should have first shown respect to Nityananda Prabhu and then to him. In this way, by the grace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Murari Gupta was informed about the pastimes, position of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, and the next day he offered obeisances first to Lord Nityananda and then to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, first the Guru, then Gauranga. Nityananda is Hari Guru, original Guru. So even though he's also senior by age, in one sense, an elder brother, but the other side of it is he's the Guru, who features manifested through Nityananda Prabhu, is the Adi Guru. So the first Guru, then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave chewed pan or betel nut to Murari Gupta. Once Murari Gupta offered foodstuffs to Lord Chaitanya that were cooked with excessive ghee, and the next day the Lord became sick and went to Murari Gupta for treatment. Lord Chaitanya accepted some water from the water pot of Murari Gupta. It was basically not just a water pot, but it was almost like left over. And the Lord was cured. The natural remedy for indigestion is to drink a little water, and since Murari Gupta was a physician, he gave the Lord some drinking water and cured it. It says drinking water is better. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in the house of Srivas Thakur in his Chatubhuj form, or Murti, forearm form, Murari Gupta became his carrier in the form of Garuda. There's interesting connections here. He took the form of Garuda also. Many of these internal associates, they have certain... Hanuman also would carry Sita Ram, as we know, the many paintings of Lord Ramchandra carrying Sita Ram. And the carrier, the Lord's carrier. He has other aspects to his service, but one of them is carrier. So that carrier aspect is also, you could say, Murari Garuda, carries Lord Vishnu on his back in the form of an eagle. So the same potency is there, the Lord's internal potency is personified in various ways according to the need. And those individuals who have those particular potencies may also expand in various ways to fulfill the same particular purpose in other forms. In this case, a carrier of the Lord. Carriers of the Lord. But they all come from that same potential, from that same potency, the carrying potency. And in these pastimes of ecstasy, the Lord then got up on his back. It was the desire of Maharaja Gupta to leave his body before the disappearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but the Lord forbade him to do so. This is described in Chaitanya Bhagavad, chapter 20. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu one day appeared in ecstasy in the Varahamurti, Sri Maharaja Gupta offered him prayers. He was a great devotee of Lord Ramchandra, and his staunch devotion is vividly described in Madhya Lila 15th chapter, verse 137, which we will read because this is probably everything about Maharaja Gupta is absolutely significant, but this is probably one of the most famous or most relative in some ways. The idea of his desire to give up his body, and let's check and see if it's mentioned in the next purport or not. It doesn't look like it. So basically speaking, his desire to give up his body before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There are two aspects to that. One is related to his eternal position, which again, is it mentioned here? I don't know. It doesn't seem to be mentioned particularly, but he is none other than Hanuman. He is personally an expansion of Hanuman. He's in that mood of Hanuman, great devotee of the Lord, which is carrier mood also. When the Lord appeared for whatever reason in the form of Varahadev, he also carried him like that. But in his role of Hanuman, because he's also a physician, as you know, not exactly, but he took the role of a physician by bringing the medicines. What's that mountain in the Himalayas? He brought them all the way back there for Lakshman in the great battle of Lanka. So like that, he has different, maybe more prominent in different pastimes, the different nature is manifest more, but it's the same personality expanding in various ways according to the need. So here is Maharaja Gupta. He was a great devotee of Lord Ramchandra. Naturally, he was attracted to glorifying Lord Ramchandra. It's just his Sai Baba's the constitutional nature. It's not something which is only brought about by association or it's changed by association. This is a permanent factor. And it can't be given up. This is a good example because Lord Chaitanya, just testing him actually, in every way, tried to get Maharaja Gupta to chant Hare Krishna. Well, he would, but he couldn't. He wasn't. It was like it just wasn't compatible in a sense. It just wasn't something he could keep doing all the time and not chant Sita Ram. He was always chanting Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. And to chant Hare Krishna, plus Ram is there also, not the same. And he had great difficulty in it. He was a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. It's another unique feature of transcendence. We tend to see things rather, boxed in certain ways and not see the bigger picture of the various forms of the Lord, and the various expansions of his devotees and so on. So how it's all ultimately one, simultaneously one and different. So although he's a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya, he couldn't, like Lord Chaitanya is introduced in the Hare Krishna mantra primarily, but he couldn't really absorb himself like the others, many of the others. He couldn't because he thought, what am I going to do? I cannot give up my dedication to my beloved Lord, my Ishtadev. better I commit suicide. So he decided he was going to, he had one coconut on his sharp blade, cut coconut. He was decided next day he was going to give up his body. But Lord Chaitanya knew what he was doing, so he came to his house and thwarted his plan. I know your plan. You give me that. You cannot give up your body. Your body belongs to me. It's not yours to give up. And that's how a devotee feels. A real devotee. He feels this body is the property of Lord Chaitanya, property of Krishna. It's not mine. It's a big philosophy nowadays. It's my body, I can do what I like with it. What do you say? It's an illusion. But anyway, lots of people think like that. But it's not a fact. This body is Krishna's energy, given to us by Krishna or the Supreme Lord. And we should find out how to utilize this body for their purposes. And so, Lord Chaitanya was teaching that through Maharaja Gupta. Now let's read this. Again, it may not be correct, but it probably is this time. Madhya Lila chapter 15, text 137. Can we read this for the sake of our benefit, for our purification? Do we have one book here? Madhya Lila chapter 15. It's very purifying to hear the relationships between the eternal associates of the Lord and our Lord Himself. It purifies our heart, gives us courage, determination, satisfaction. These features mentioned by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. When we hear about pure devotees of the Lord, it has these effects. So let us try to hear something about Maharaja Gupta. And as we'll see in the next verses, the main part is the Vaidya aspect, which is emphasized that he is a physician, a medical physician. And here comes the book. Where to start?
37. Is it correct?
Is
This is
37.
Yeah.
chapter 15, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 137. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then embraced Maharaja Gupta and began to speak about his firm faith in devotional service. This was heard by all the devotees. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, previously I induced Maharaja Gupta again and again to be allured by Lord Krishna. I said to him, my dear Gupta, Lord Sri Krishna, Brajendra Kumar is the supreme sweetness. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, the origin of all incarnations, and the source of everything. He is pure transcendental love itself. And he is the reservoir of all pleasure. Krishna is the reservoir of all transcendental qualities. He is like a mine of gems. He is expert in everything, very intelligent, sober, and he is the summit of all humors. His character is very sweet, and his pastimes are melodious. He is expert in intelligence, and thus he enjoys all his pastimes and mellows. I then requested Maharaja Gupta to worship Krishna, take shelter of him, but for his service nothing appeals to the mind. In this way he heard from me again and again. By my influence his mind was a little converted. Maharaja Gupta then replied, I am your servant and your order carrier. I have no independent existence. After this, Maharaja Gupta went home and spent the whole night thinking how he would be able to give up his association to Raghunath, Lord Ramchandra. Thus he was overwhelmed. Maharaja Gupta then began to pray to the lotus feet of Lord Ramchandra. He prayed that death would come that night, because it was not possible for him to give up the service of the lotus feet of Raghunath. Thus Maharaja Gupta cried the entire night. There was no rest for his mind. Therefore he could not sleep, but stayed awake the entire night. In the morning Maharaja Gupta came to see me. Catching hold of my feet and crying, he submitted an appeal. Maharaja Gupta said, I have sold my head to the lotus feet of Raghunath. I cannot withdraw my head, for that would give me too much pain. It is not possible for me to give up the service of Raghunath's lotus feet. At the same time, if I do so, I shall break your order. What can I do? See the chastity, the complete faith, absolute faith, and even in the presence of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, He couldn't give up his devotion to Lord Ram. In this way, Murari Gupta appealed to me, saying, kindly grant me this mercy because you are all merciful. Let me die before you so that all my doubts will be finished. Hearing this, I became very happy. I then raised Murari Gupta and embraced him. I said to him, all glorious to you, Murari Gupta. Your method of worship is very firmly fixed, so much so that even upon my request, your mind did not turn. The servitor must have love and affection for the lotus feet of the Lord, exactly like this. Even if the Lord wants separation, a devotee cannot abandon the shelter of his lotus feet. Just to test your firm faith in your Lord, I requested you again and again to change your worship from Lord Ramchandra to Krishna. In this way I congratulated Murari Gupta, saying, indeed, you are the incarnation of Hanuman. Consequently, you are the eternal servant of Lord Ramchandra. Why should you give up the worship of Lord Ramchandra and his lotus feet? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, I accept this Murari Gupta as my life and soul. When I hear of his humility, it perturbs my very life. Jai Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Murari Gupta ki jai. A beautiful example of dedication, isn't it? Everyone, maybe that day will come one day. For the eternal associates, this is how they are. That is they're not ordinary jivas who have this, you could say, freedom within the lila is there, but not freedom outside it. They can't become anyone else. There's no need. They're complete in themselves. They are actually that particular aspect of the Lord's internal opulences, that particular loving relationship. They're expansions of the Lord, or of Nityananda, or of Radharani. They're expansions there to fulfill their loving exchanges in their various incarnations. So beautiful. We'll read one more verse, or maybe two. Let's see, because we're going too long. Any news on the books coming? Did Baladev contact anybody? Have you heard anything? No. I don't know if anyone's coming with him. I don't know.
We should open maybe the door.
Open the door, someone should open the gate.
Yeah.
If he could come at any time, he might be late, but at least we should open the gate. And make sure we save some prasadam for him if he's late. I don't know if anyone's coming with him. As far as I know, there's no one coming with him. No, because he's got to, unless there's someone leaving, he's got 5 devotees to take back in the car, or the van. He's got your yellow vehicle. He's bringing up the yellow vehicle. And he'll be taking back. Lochan and Gandharvika flight arrives at 1:15 at the CDG Sankita, so that's 3. And then Mahadevi and Shantatma are also supposed to be going back to New Mayapur today. They may have changed their mind by now. He's relishing so much the opportunity to carry books to the city every day. It's absolutely, there's no service on the planet like this one. It's incredible. And what we're going to do without our runner, I don't know. But we have Yasomati. We may have to come back into action this week for a few days. Is that possible? Don't look so enthusiastic. You can stay down there and do Harinam. Very nice. Well, anyway, let's see what happens. So we'll read the next verse. Pati grahanai kare nalaya karadana atma viti kare kare kutumba badana. Sri Murari Gupta never accepted charity from friends, nor did he accept money from anyone. He practiced as a physician and maintained his family with his earnings. We'll see what Prabhupada says. And this is one of the for Grihastha, he was a Grihastha, married man. So for married persons, and he wasn't a Brahmin by birth, he was a Vaidya, a physician. So they're not supposed to accept charity. They can earn, they're meant to maintain themselves by their earnings. The different sectors of society that the Brahmins are maintained wholly and solely by charity. They're not meant to have an occupation which has an earning, or, we hear many examples of that. Chanaka Pandit, for instance, when he was in the advisory situation of King Chandragupta, when Chandragupta wanted to offer him some remuneration in terms of a regular salary or a place to stay, he immediately left. He was not completely spoils the Brahminical principles when one is more or less employed. Brahmins are never employed. They may voluntarily offer service and accept charity as a consequence, but they're never employed. They never become obligated like that. As soon as you pay someone, that person becomes obligated. They have to do what you say, or that's it, they're finished. So they're like slaves, basically. The whole system is a slave system. People are paid to do what they're told. Whether they like it or lump it, that's their problem. But they're paid to do what they're told. So that's normal for the persons who are in the category of Shudra, which is the majority of the human beings. And some are Vaishyas, they organize the economics of society. So they get their income through business or trade, like that. They're businessmen, traders, farmers. Not just farmer doesn't mean someone who's digging the ground, it means someone who organizes it. The Shudras do the farming work, but the farmer, the real farmers organize everything. They engage the workers like that. And they maintain them. They don't exactly give them money, but they maintain them. They're maintained like that by being employed. And the Vaishyas by doing business. Kshatriyas, they levy taxes. They're the overall, you could say, in charge of the whole society in terms of executive management. So they charge taxes. Everyone has to pay tax except for the Brahmins. Although the Shudras don't pay tax either, but the Vaishyas, all the Vaishyas pay tax. A percentage of their production is not like a fixed thing. Depends how much they produce. They give 25% to the Kshatriya. Now the Kshatriya doesn't necessarily need that, but whatever they need they use, but they keep the rest for emergency. In case there's a drought or some dire need, a war or something, then they have these reserves. Thank you for waking me up. He stays up every night till 12 o'clock.
Yes.
Practically speaking, every night. And he's working around the clock. We'll bear that in mind. But we wish he would take a little bit of extra rest. He does it once every month. He has half an hour extra rest in the day. But he definitely deserves a bit of extra rest there. So, yeah, like that. So that's Vedic society or human society, but it's all upside down now. We have Brahmins working in offices, doing IT, or sometimes in Calcutta they're rickshaw wallahs and all kinds of things. You've got Shudras running the government, the persons who gross Shudras, duplicitous, so on and so forth. The whole society is upside down. There's practically no Kshatriyas or Brahmins left in society in terms of quality, maybe in terms of birth or hereditary lines, but not in terms of quality. We see the qualities of the Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras. They're outlined by Krishna briefly in the Bhagavad Gita, but more extensively in other parts of the Puranas and so on. So here we have. It should be noted that a Grihastha must not make his livelihood by begging from anyone. Every householder of the higher caste should engage himself in his own occupational duty as a Brahmin, Kshatriya, or Vaishya, but he should not engage in the service of others. Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, they should never accept employment under others. They're all meant to be independently engaged. Anyone who's paid is considered a Shudra, even if you're a doctor or an engineer or an accountant or a lawyer. You're actually acting in the mood of a Shudra because you're dependent on others. One should simply accept whatever he earns by his own profession. This engagement of a Brahmin are yajana yajana, patana patana, dana and patigraha. A Brahmin should be a worshipper of Vishnu, and he should also instruct others how to worship Krishna or Vishnu. So those 6 activities, who knows what they are? The 6, generally speaking, activities of a Brahmin. Yajana yajana, patana patana, dana patigraha. What does it mean? Eating, sleeping, what else? Giving people a hard time, no. What else? Huh? What else is activities? Laziness, what other qualities are there of a Brahmin? What are they? Not qualities, but their activities.
Intoxication.
Huh?
Intoxication.
Oh boy, it's really good. This is really Kali Yuga, I must say. I don't know what type of Brahmin we've got here. Is he Brahmin?
We talk about.
Yeah, you talk to him afterwards. I think he should do something about this. I've even seen him on the altar.
I follow the step
I
of my
I
Guru.
remember the first time I ever went. Thank you. Did you hear what a statement? This is proof you've got to talk to him afterwards. I remember the first Hindu temple in my life I went into was in a place called Loughborough in England, a place called Loughborough. I went into this we stayed overnight in this Hindu temple, and it was quite an eye-opening experience. It was quite a high smell in the place, and we were sleeping on the carpet, and the priest was, I noted, he was sleeping in the bed with a cat, a pet cat. He got up, he didn't even take a bath, and he went on the altar, with a dirty cloth and started like rubbing the deity with this dirty cloth and stroking the cat and all these things. Kali Yuga, what to do? Television, you love television, you're really into the TV. I don't know what else you want. Some prasadam, please. Yeah, some prasadam.
Yeah, I will.
Make sure they get prasadam. Anyway, Kali Yuga is like that, I'm afraid. So, but what is this?
So two of
Patana, Yojana, Yajana. Yeah?
2 of the activities are studying Shastra and teaching Shastra.
Okay,
to
studying
others.
Shastra, teaching Shastra. Huh? Something else?
Accepting charity and giving charity.
Yeah, receiving charity and giving charity. You don't just receive it and put it in your bank account. Buy a nice house for your mother and father and your sister and your brother somewhere. These type of things somewhere else. God knows what. But you have to use that in the right way according to Shastric injunction. The Brahmins, they don't keep anything. They just keep enough just to survive. They don't have bank balances, things like that. Tradition. And what's the other one?
Performing sacrifice.
Yeah, we could say performing sacrifice, engaging others in sacrifice, but particularly worshipping the deity and engaging others, as Prabhupada mentioned here, in worshipping the Lord. Could use the word sacrifice, is not a broader terminology. A Kshatriya should become a landholder and earn his livelihood by levying taxes. I didn't know that Prabhupada was saying all these things here anyway. Or collecting rent from tenants. A Vaishya can accept agriculture or general trade as an occupational duty. Since Maharaja Gupta was born in a physician's family, Vaidya Vansha, he practiced as a physician, and with whatever income he earned, he maintained his family. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, everyone should execute his occupational duty, unless he should satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the perfection of life. The system is called Daiva Varnashram. Maharaja Gupta was an ideal grihastha, for he was a great devotee of Lord Ramchandra and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You see, it's not that you just have to, there's a unique thing, isn't it? He's also in Gaur Leela, but he's in the mood of Hanuman in Gaur Leela. Interesting, isn't it? Everything's there. He's not in the same mood as some of the other devotees, but he's in the Leela nonetheless. Everything is there in the Leela. There are other devotees of Lord Chaitanya who also were worshippers of Lord Ramchandra or Lord Nrsimhadev or Lord Varaha. By practicing as a physician, he maintained his family and at the same time satisfied Lord Chaitanya to the best of his ability. This is the ideal of household life. Simple as that. Our first duty is to satisfy the Lord according to their ability, according to their occupation, according to their position. So we'll finish there. No? Hare Krishna, any questions? There's no marker.
Yes, Maharaj.
Text 51.
I was wondering,
Am I a Vaishya, Kshatriya, Brahmin or Shudra? Or maybe I'm an Anchija, I'm none of them. Sometimes we ask that question, isn't it? I mean, one day you feel like you're a Brahmin, the next day you feel like you want to be a Kshatriya, the next day you feel like I do business, the next day I'll just do some manual labor and do what I'm told. The next day don't do anything. We go through all the five, sometimes in the same day. Really, Kali Yuga. Yes?
I was wondering, what was the connection with Murali Gupta with Raghunath Goswami?
No, it's not Raghunath. Raghunath's the name of Ramchandra.
In that sense.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It's not Raghunath Goswami. His Lord is a common name, Lord Raghu, the Raghu dynasty. Lord Ramchandra in the Raghu dynasty. So Raghunath is the Lord of that dynasty. So it's the name of Lord Ramchandra.
I have another question. We see Murali Gupta have a certain relationship with the Lord, with Ramachandra, and when we preach to Christians, they have their bag with the Lord, they have their connection with the Lord.
Yeah.
Should we try to induce them to know about Krishna? I mean, each religion give a certain relation with the Lord.
The relation with the Lord at this stage of even in our own endeavors, our own growth, is basically dasyaras. We don't know at this point of time where it will go, how it will develop into a personal relationship with the Lord in whatever, not just the form of the Lord, but the mood within that form, the particular detail of that relationship. Because at least we can see in all the various forms of the Lord, their variation is there. It's not everyone's simply a servant. There are variations within that service. In all the forms. And the Krishna Lila is complete. All five Leelas, rasas rather, are very distinct. And they're all fully present. You don't see so much. In the case of Ram Lila, there's not much. Is she there?
No,
Okay.
she left outside.
Good. Okay, in the case of, I don't mean it's good she left outside, just in case she makes a comment. But in the case of Ram Lila, we don't find any conjugal relationship except for with Sita Devi, which is not a jiva relationship. There's no jiva relationship with Lord Ram in that mood. Even the mood of friendship is there, but it's minimal compared to Krishna Lila. And fraternal is there in the case of Kaushalya, Kaikeyi, Sumitra, but it's that's it. There's no one else. There may be some nurses, so it's there. Paternal relationship is there, but not quite the same. It's an expansion, of course, of the paternal relationship in Krishna Lila. But they're not all present in the same way, nor to the same intensity or depth. They're all present there, maybe in a latent form or covered form or no form at all in the case of some. I mean, Lord, we don't hear of any such thing in the case of Lord Nrsimhadev. Who are the parents of Lord Nrsimhadev? Any parents of Lord Nrsimhadev? Is there a paternal relationship with Lord Nrsimhadev? I don't know. Conjugal? Is it there? Servitorship, reverential. aspects of it. You have to go through that before we can. That's why the Bhakti Yoga core approaches Lord Nrsimha to clear the path so we can worship Radha and Krishna. The servitude. So whatever it is, that mood of service has to be there. And by the practice of the mood of service, then the heart becomes cleansed and one's natural affection will normally develop. You can't say just because you're a Hare Krishna or a Christian, that's your eternal position. As such.
There is a, if you, there's a certain mood in.
Well, it depends on what the mood is, isn't it? If we're actually serving Lord Jesus Christ, then certain qualities will start to come out. Certain qualities will naturally develop as the heart becomes cleansed. Naturally. It's not lip service. It's not lip service doesn't mean much at all. Anyone can say, even Jesus said, many come, and they call my name, but I do not know them. I don't know them. They're not me. They may say I'm this and that, but that doesn't mean that I accept them like that just because they say it. They've got to actually act. They've got to follow. Those who follow me, they're my followers, not those who just say I am. The same in Krishna consciousness. Not just a question of, sometimes we're premature in our understanding of those premature. We've got to follow. Everything will be revealed through following, not by speculating, not by, artificially imposing some ideas, or even by that may be related to ardent desire to serve the Lord in such a way, but we're not in a position to really, sort of, let's say that's me, or that's what I'm doing, I'm going to be, or I'm not in a position for that, but to become an internal servant of a servant, that's our present state. So if they see themselves like that, as the servants, but then there should be some humility there, some tolerance, some respect for others. There's not, in the bigger picture, there's not room for this kind of, what we say, hatred for others. There's no room for hatred for others. No devotee hates anyone. No devotee. There's no question of hating anyone or condemning anyone. So that means we're not really, something's missing there. What can you understand? As long as we're seeing ourselves in the center, as long as we're just so arrogant, what can we understand about Krishna consciousness? Nothing at all. Nothing. Can't even grasp the concept that I'm a spirit soul. It's not just a theory, this is a realization. It doesn't come just by rubber stamping. You are boom, devotee, you are this. It's not by the dress or the rubber stamp. Very deep. So yes, Jesus Christ is giving everyone a chance to follow that path, but we have to follow it sincerely. Follow it. And not be a fanatic. Without any understanding. Fanatics have no understanding, it's just like a dogmatic acceptance. And accepting yourself for what you are, basically, and just saying, now I'm this. And not applying the path to change one's own vision, one's own perception, one's own heart. Heart becomes soft, compassionate, loving towards others, no matter who they are. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Caitanya Caritamrita Adi-Lila 10.49. So we didn't quite make the 500 yesterday, so we'll have to do it today. Prabhupada?
Yes.
We have to make sure we do 500 bhagavad gitas today.
We rely on the Reshma Janananda.
Yeah, on the market. Well, we've already given that quota to Jay and Yashua this morning. 500 gitas at the market, so we can all take rest today, okay? Arabic ones, by the way, not French. Hare Krishna.
Janananda Goswami Maharaja.
Jai.
Can I ask you a question, Maharaj? About class? Speaking of chanting. I was just thinking how in many of our temples we have Brahmanically initiated devotees worshipping on the altar. And a lot of
We have many
are-
Brahminical devotees or initiated devotees, Brahmin initiated, worshipping on the altar.
Yeah, and yet some of them do have jobs. They work as
Some of them have jobs, they're
employees.
working outside.
So by
And
this,
some of them are paid for doing the daily worship on the altar. Most of them are, even in Delhi. Master Prana was telling me they pay some of the pujaris, is that right?
Yes, ma'am. Every temple has.
Every temple in Delhi pays the pujaris. Huh? You can get a job in Delhi. No, they don't allow ladies. Yes, so,
so
sounds like
according
I
to
should
this
do it,
purport,
Brahmin,
it sounds like
yeah. Well, that's
So
why
how
in
do we
Kali
see
Yuga,
it?
everything's upside down, topsy-turvy. Because no one's going to give them